All right, we made it. Oh my gosh, let me... What in the world? Really, Twitch? It took you that long to play an ad? All good. all good in the hood? How are we doing? For those who don't know, I typically like to try and wait for the first ad of the day to play before we go live. That way people will just see the, kind of built-in Twitch thumbnail and be like, oh, don't click on there, he's still starting, Okay, let's go ahead, get started. Hope you all are having a fabulous New Year. I hope you all had a fabulous New Year's Eve. I was working a lot, driving for good old Uber. We also streamed last night before we went out. A nice little 3-hour stream. Let's get this rolling. All right. Okay, we are here. So one of my players, my Dungeons and Dragons game, got me a nice mug. This will not have ale in it today. We'll just do good old-fashioned DP. I don't want to pour this on my desk. Shove that in over there. Okay. Tastes good. That is a big chunky boy. Yeah, so Renda, it is in use. And no, Renda did not give me all the company left. No one on my Wi-Fi now. I can see clearly. Oh, okay. So it sounds like we figured out what was going on. Yeah, sounds like we figured out what was going on. Your Wi-Fi was just text. Whew. Well, I hope you had a good New Year's Eve, Tim. I know you said you were drinking. Hope you didn't go anywhere. Hope you just stayed there, or you Ubered somewhere. I, on the other hand, man, I was busy. I drove for around 8 hours. I think it was like 7.5, 7 hours, 45 minutes, somewhere around there. I rounded up to 8 hours. That's what was missing. We were missing our ring light. Oh man, I'm a little out of sorts right now. I slept in hella late. Yeah, and then my wife was like, "Yo, let's go to the store real quick, pick up some stuff." So we just been doing stuff today. Oh my word. Okay, we are playing Last Epoch. Yeah. Oh, so finish what I was saying. Yeah, we drove for like close to 8 hours, but we made like $450. Made a decent chunk of change. Okay, I think last we were working on this monolith. Oh man. So this weekend, after playing last weekend, we played Death Must Die, just checking it out. Loved the game. Had a fantastic time on it. It was right up my alley. I love those wave survival rogues. And so this past weekend, I was checking out a lot of Vampire Survivors, just catching back up on it. We were having a good time there. It's cool because it's on Xbox, so I'll just be like chilling, chilling in the bedroom. My wife will be like watching, going, "Oh wow, look at that! Oh my gosh, what's going on there?" You know. And so today I actually went and played some Halls of Torment. That was a great game. I gotta play that game some more. It's a tragedy. I only played it for 9 hours. There's so much more to discover, but I think I want to. I think I'm close to doing a first impressions on Death Must Die as a result of that now. Just comparing it to these two in particular. I know I could compare it to other games in the genre. Brotato. There was another one, 20 Minutes Till Dawn. I wasn't too thrilled over the art style in 20 Minutes Till Dawn, but I thought it brought a unique take. That's the thing about all these games. They've all brought a unique take. I do feel like Death Must Die, in particular, they did bring a little bit of a unique take with all the random stuff that spawns that you can go and tag, and you'll get like little micro buffs and everything. But that game in particular borrowed a lot, and I'm not knocking that. I think that's great that they brought all these different elements into it, but it was clearly Hades. It was clearly the inspiration. You're trying to take out death. I mean, Hades. And then you have these other gods aiding you. There isn't much of a story reason why. Maybe you don't really need to have it. Like, because, like, there's like these lore books you can find. I don't know if they do anything or if they're just there for the lore and you randomly find them and then you got like a cabinet you can store them in. I think they're purely just lore. So it'd be interesting because when you go and talk to the other characters in town, or well, not in town, but like at your home base, a lot of them are like either don't really know why they're there or they don't talk about why they're there. But I mean, the game's in early access. It's only been out what, a little over a month now, and they had a nice content roadmap planned. And interestingly enough, if anybody saw my stream from the day I was playing it, I was saying, man, they got to really buff the knight. They got to really, like, this guy needs a lot of love. They got to do some other stuff. Well, some of that stuff I said, I feel like still stands. You have 4 melee characters and then 1 ranged character. To be fair, when I checked out the roadmap for Death Must Die, it looks like they have plans to add another ranged character. So I'm glad I checked out that roadmap before just, throwing a video out there willy-nilly. But ironically enough, I've beaten the base game, or beaten the base map with all the characters, and then I pumped the difficulty up to 30. I just went up to 30. And I went through all characters again, and ironically enough, the one character that I'm consistently able to beat the base map at 30 difficulty is the knight. The guy that I was saying needed buffs because he was weak. Ironically enough, he's now the only guy I could beat it with. I can't beat it with Maris. I can't. I haven't tried the assassin yet. I tried the barbarian, and I don't even think we could beat the necromancer. So, yeah, we almost beat it with Maris. We came super close. The main problem with her is I got to really stack a lot of health. And honestly, that's probably why I could beat it with the knight, because by the time I get to the baron, I have anywhere from 150 to, depending on the drops, 150 to like 225 health. And then me being the noob, or the being the person I am, I always take justice and I always take the regen. So I'm healing through everything. He's got super high armor to begin with. So, and then when you're taking justice, you're most likely going to take the armor blessing as well. So he's just a veritable tank, just like bam, bam, bam. There's a few things about that game though. I feel like there's some gods that are highly favorable for every character in every situation. I tried using the knight, and I tried using different gods that were not Mort, Time, or Lady Justice. We were pretty successful when we dropped. We were somewhat successful when we dropped Time, but we still died at the end because I didn't have enough levels. I now am convinced that if you don't get Time, you might just have to restart because the amount of XP you get with that god. So yeah, we're gonna be working on a video. I'm not this isn't here. I'm not gonna like clip this out of the stream. I'm playing Last Epoch talking about Death Must Die. Just stuff I've been working on. This wood finish on here is smooth. I'm glad, because I would hate to get a splinter from this right here. Yo, what's up? Hey, how's it going, Mr. Spooky One? Is this your first time here? I think it is. How you doing? How are you doing today? Hope you're having a fabulous New Year. You had a fabulous New Year's Eve. I'm doing good. I'm just watching some higher level gameplay because I'm still new and want to see what it's like. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sort of like middle gameplay, depending on your point of view. We're in power corruptions, but we haven't pushed the corruption super high. We've left it at 100. We're just getting our blessings, but I think this character is like level 88. I've only gone like 6 hours in the game, around level 20. Okay, okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean then. You want to know what you can be looking forward to. Try 3 different classes. You're enjoying the sorcerer. Sorcerer seems to be pretty popular with newer players. I've had at least 6 players, 6 people coming to the stream saying, "Hey, I'm playing through the game. I'm playing sorcerer. This is like my first or second character or something like that." Which, me personally, I wasn't a big fan of the mage because I'm really into melee, so I try and offer the best advice I can on that. Just general tips and tricks, like get your resistances up, work on your armor. You try to Acolyte and Sentinel, and then mage. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sentinel was my first one, and I took that one, turned him into Paladin, and took that one all the way to level 100 max level. First character. Played the bejesus out of that character. We've done a Necromancer. We did a Shaman to about level 70. I got him on the back burner. We're doing Druid right now. We got him up to around... What are we rocking? We're level 88. I'll use this, but being pretty new to the game, but I've not played a whole bunch of ARPGs. I'm pretty new to the whole genre, to be honest. Well, you picked a hell of a game to get introduced to it. I think this is a very balanced action RPG. For sure. A lot of people generally start with something like Diablo, and that's all well and good. That's where I started. That's where a lot of people started. I think this is a great game to get started on as well. It's beginner friendly enough, but it's also got it's got enough complexity to keep you interested. I found the game on Asmongold's stream. Oh, Asmongold! Has he been playing it yet, or is he still threatening to play it? Because I've seen clips of him going, "Oh yeah, this game. McConnell's been trying to get me to play this game." No, he's not playing it yet. Yeah, I think I would have heard about that. I think everybody in the Last Epoch community would blow up. I've gotten to know a lot of other content creators in the community. There's a few solid ones of us here. And if somebody like Asmongold was playing the game, yeah, I think the game would get a lot of players. If you know who Rax is, Rax Anorax, he does a lot of action RPGs like Diablo. He's been playing Path of Exile lately. He came over to the game, and he's one of those streamers who consistently gets 1,000+ people watching him, sometimes more, depending, like if it's a new season of Diablo. When he came over, there was a lot of people all of a sudden who were buying the game. And he's like, I'm not saying it's me, but quite possibly. That was a good time. We've only been having it. You've been having a great time. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I've had nothing but great times on this game. I think I got somewhere in the realm of 350 to 400 hours on this game. I started in September. I've always been a hardcore FPS fan, so this is way out of your comfort zone. I got you. Yeah. I'm glad you're having a blast, man. It's really cool to have people like you stop by the stream and just be like, hey, man, picked up the game, having a great time. Hold up, what we got? Jamie646 over on Kick. Happy New Year, great streamer. I'm ready to propose a collaboration opportunity that I believe would mutually benefit you as a streamer. My goal is to help talented streamers like you reach a wider audience and increase your viewership and followers. I have a strong network of gaming enthusiasts and social media followers. Add me on Discord. No thank you, Jamie. I always tried to play these games because they look so fun to watch, but then I never actually play them and enjoy it, so I felt like I was missing out a bunch. But this is the first one you're really enjoying. This game feels really good. Feels really good. This is a strong, dedicated developer. They actually interact with the community on a regular basis. They hold daily, not daily, weekly streams, talking with the community. I've had at least one developer come to my stream, just like, hey, how's it going? He was answering questions for people. Like, they're really cool. A lot of helpful people in the game chat. Yeah, you'll actually find like people who, like, at least at this point in the game, a lot of people who are in the game chat are the dedicated people, so they'll help you out. I have seen my fair bit of trolls in the chat as well, though, but more often than not, I've seen a lot more people who are like, hey, let's help people out, as opposed to let's troll you. Now, when this game hits full release in February, we shall see, because I think this game's going to get a lot of eyes. I think this game's going to have a moment in February. There's a lot of streamers who stream this game for years, because it's been in early access for 4 years, that have taken a break. They're playing other games right now. Everybody's coming back. I was here, laughing my ass off. What? What happened? Something happened? Did I miss something? Ooh. Oh, I'm just hoping the game doesn't get stale for me. It hasn't so far. It'll take a while. It will take a while. You got 5 base classes, 3 masteries per base. Well, not every class has 3 masteries yet, but you have like what, 13 masteries in the game right now, 5 base classes. They all have their own unique playstyle, depending on the builds you do. Because every base class you play, you can dip into other skill trees from the other masteries. Not too much, but you can dip into it. Even then, you still have your unique identity as a paladin, as a void knight, as a lich, as a necromancer. Like, I'm playing as a druid and I've dipped into Beastmaster skill tree, and I don't feel like I'm now all of a sudden a summoner of animals. Come to my aid, squirrels! I've dipped into it just to bulk out my current build. Honestly, gaming in general is getting stale for you. I got you. Especially if you play one genre a lot. Ah, there we go. We both said it. Yeah, a lot of good games out there borrow from other games, and I think that's fantastic. But if all you're playing is that one genre and everybody's kind of borrowing and taking ideas from each other, it can start to feel samey. I mean, the only Diablo game we ever played is Diablo 4. Diablo 4 was definitely not a bad game to get into. I wish it had a stronger end game, though. They definitely had something there to begin with, but getting into the end game, there wasn't a lot there. You haven't played Path of Exile? I've played Path of Exile, and I'm a fairly experienced action RPG connoisseur. I don't know if connoisseur is the right word, but I've played my fair share of action RPGs. And that one was a difficult one to commit to. You got 10 years of game, 10 years of refinement, 10 years of content. Now, not every piece of content that's been released throughout the entire 10 years is still in the game, but you have a lot of systems in place in that game, and it can become very overwhelming as a new player. My philosophy on an action RPG is I should be able to boot up into the game, be able to play through the campaign, and not have to consult a guide. Path of Exile, I feel like I was doing that, but there was some barriers, I should say. Because in that game, you, as opposed to having a class with their own unique abilities, there's these gems with the abilities, and you slot that into your armor. And that's how you kind of create your build, and your starting class kind of determines where you start on the overarching skill tree. But since your abilities are in your armor, when you want to upgrade your armor, you're not always going to have the same ability slots in your armor to carry your build over. And there's items in the game to turn your new pieces of armor to have like the same ability slots as your old armor. And it was a lot to follow as somebody who didn't consult a guide. Yeah, I wanted to play this one because it seemed like there was a lot to keep me busy, but it also seemed like it had good quality of life. Yes, sir. One thing I will say is it's super satisfying how abilities and gear scale together in this game. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because as you can probably see, I mean, unlike a lot of other games I've played out there, action RPGs, I have never seen the ability to take one skill and completely manipulate it to suit my playstyle, my build. You just take this one skill and be like, oh, I want some of that. And depending on where I go on this tree, it completely changes what the skill does to suit my gear. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. What we got? Oh, whoops. Found the disintegrate ability with the mage, and it's been so much fun. Hey, I'm glad you're having a fantastic time, man. I'm glad you're having a fabulous time. Just sitting there reading the gear, like, oh, wait, if I equip this chest piece and I use this ability and I take this skill in the skill tree while using this chest piece, it'll make this ability go burr. Go bonkers. That's fantastic. Just the amount of time you can spend there kind of theory crafting what you want to do in game. Scray is literally just a giant beam of energy that you can hold down until you run out of mana. Yeah. It sounds like a similar ability from Diablo 3. I think it was called Disintegrate as well. It's so much fun. And in this game, you can so change what it does with the skill tree and with the gear that you're wearing. You can completely change what the ability might have been before with just a few skill points and a piece of gear. Skill tree found an ability that lets you have 2 beams of energy. Now I'm trying to level it up so that it gives me 7 mana back per kill with the ability so you can keep using it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. And you're able to do all that with the skill tree. I love this game. I love this game so much. You're able to just take a couple skill points and completely turn this thing into a freaking monster. So if you can find a huge pack, get 1 kill per second, you can just keep using it. Yeah. Great mob clear. Is for me like really weak enemies that rush at you in packs of like 30. You just hold down the button, swing your mouse over the horde, and they all die. Yeah, makes you feel powerful, doesn't it? What levels is Druid and what corruption are you doing right now? What up, Tim, over on YouTube? Druid is level 88. We are still on 100 corruption. We haven't pushed it too much at all, actually. We're in powered monoliths, 100 corruption. We're just trying to get all our base blessings down before we start pushing the monoliths, the corruption. I probably could comfortably do like 130 corruption with this guy right now. I want to try and get the right blessings before we start doing that. Cool, just wondering. Yeah, cool. Cool, yeah. Glad I could answer that question for you. So Mr. Spooky One, are you using a guide or are you just playing the game, figuring it out on your own? Which is what I recommend for most people. Dad's here playing too, says hi. Hey, what up, Steve? He's level 93 now, 135 corruption. Let's go. Wait, so that means you leapfrogged him. If he's on 135 corruption and you're doing like 150 to 200, you overtook him. Last time you were talking to me, he was doing more than you. He helped me get there. Okay. I got you. So, not exactly a leapfrog. A helping hand. A stepping stone. He's farming an amulet from the Rain of Dragons. Okay. I gotta go back there and try and farm a better blessing. I need the one that gives me critical strike avoidance. Such a powerful blessing from that timeline. For that, all that, I only get 3. Oh. Oh, we should go over here try and grab this. And get that amulet. Greetings and salutations, Air Dragon. How's it going, man? Hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve and welcome to the new year. But you already knew that, right? You knew we were in 2024, right? Doing good. Just playing some games with the kids this evening. You know, you stop counting the year after 1997. Okay, you know I gotta ask, why 1997? Is that like when you graduated high school or something? This is a good year. Say really, it likely had a purpose originally, but now it's a long running gag. I gotcha. We should call this guy the Wolverine, man. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I'm the real bear. I'm the real bear now. Oh, okay, let's grab this. Level 89. Slap it right there. Get ourselves some pin. What was going on there? Bear running in place on a bridge? He's got to get his workouts in, man. This is kind of a cool looking map, though. You see all this foliage right here? It looks nice. Player has been ambushed. Okay, why are you telling me a player has been ambushed? I'm the only player here. Yeah, yes, I get it. I get it. It's there for if you're already playing with somebody. It's built in, but I mean, come on. A player has been ambushed. I'm the only one here. Look, guys, another ambush. Shout out to anybody. Ooh, +3 to Avalanche. Okay, okay. I see what you're doing there. Ooh. We'll take that one just to... Shock. Let's move that over there. Break that one down. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic New Year's Day. We made it. It's the year 2024. Check this out, chat. It's the barbecue pit. Ah! 23% chance to shock on hit. That could be cool. Elemental resistance while transformed. Sure. They got anything else for me? Transform back into a human? No. Shock on hit. Okay. Increase lightning damage. I might use that one, but it's one of the chonky ones, one of the big ones. Maybe we could slot it in like right over here. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Can't we live without some of this stuff? No. Oh man, I literally needed all that. Literally needed all that. Okay. Okay. We'll just have to figure it out. We got to play around with this guy. Eviscerating Claymore of Sorrow. Some of these item names. Dude, just back off, man. Just stay down. Let it happen. All right, chat. All right, chat, get a load of this. This actually sounds like an item that, you know, a legendary weapon we can use. Imagine going up against Lagon with this. Lagon, I have come before you, bearing the eviscerating claymore of sorrow. I will smite thee and strike you down. Yeah, let's see what it even does. Okay, cool. Get back to it. One of those items from like, let's say you're playing a campaign in D&D, right? And they just got like generated, like they have like a name generator. At the beginning of the campaign, it's like one of those sort of boxy, like Ravenloft style campaigns. You got to go out there and find certain items that you can fight the final boss. Maybe not even necessarily D&D, just like any game. They're like, and the first item you must find is the eviscerating claymore of sorrow. Like, ooh. it's this way. Want to know what this looks like right here? This looks like one of our cats when the feeding bowl. He threw some food in the feeding bowl, come galloping down the hallway. I guess you can insert dogs as well. Bear versus snake. Bear wins. Was he wearing like a loincloth here? Okay. You know what this game and other games like this with transformations are missing out on? What button was it? You? Right here. You know, you got an entire cosmetic store, but you don't have one bear cosmetic when you're transformed. I mean, come on, man. Now, granted, I know there's commodes in the game. If you don't know what commodes is, it's something you wear that turns the fur of your werebear form white. I think that's fabulous. I think that's amazing. They need more items like that in this game, or games like this. Because we go over here, look, homie over here's got this nice little kind of cool looking backpack and everything, but you know, you go back to bear form, it's nowhere. They need something, man. Where's this guy going? And he's going. Wing gods. Cannot deal critical strikes. Bye. Okay. Everything about this item looks really cool. So we have the Wing Guards, plus 75 armor, 10% endurance, dodge rating, Melee attack speed. 22% chance to gain haste for 1 second. Like, oh my god, this item looks amazing. You cannot deal critical strikes. My entire build is about getting critical strikes. Bye. What? This is a good point. Why? What happened? We were at like 101. What did I change? Yesterday we were at 101. Like what happened? Oh, is it because I changed out this rain as well? Oh, you know what? I did change out this helmet. Did this? No, this did not give us critical strikes. No. You don't get critical strikes off of boots. So what changed? We were at 101. I have no idea. Elemental damage. The Bone Harvester. Oh, hey, yo, whoa. We can talk about this, man. Oh. Dang, they meant business. They meant business. Well, damn. Okay. Alright. Emerald Assassin Virua. All she could do was stand there and take it. Anybody want to see some flambéed ice cube? Right? Come on, just... I know, nothing will happen to him. This could actually be pretty cool. Minus 20 to all resistances. That would hurt. It would hurt, but that would be cool. Chimera's Essence. Let's see what kind of roll we got on here. We got a halfway decent roll. Increase movement speed. Oh. Yeah, we would lose the health, the critical strike chance. Let's see what we got in here, though. Looks like a cat. Oh, this one's got lightning pin. Elemental damage. Critical strike multiplier. Omnis. Osirion. Oh, this has got to be a tier 7, yeah. A high tier 7 at that. A lot of physical, yeah, a lot of this was from my Paladin hammered in days. So I kept a lot of that. I would love to use this. Just that minus $20 resistances. That's gotta hurt. Yo, let's give it a shot though. It's definitely gonna kill our critical strike. Oh yeah, we were getting through. Let's still do it anyway. All right, chat. We're gonna try out Chimera's Essence. It's really nuking our poison resist pretty hard. Nuked our damage pretty hard. Really? Okay, yeah, that's a quick nope. Oh, oops. Dude got kind of nuked. Okay. Increase poison damage. Shock on lightning hit. What we got here? Some random weapons I kept. We got Eye of Reen. 94% chance to gain a stack of Reen's Ire. If only we were doing fire damage with this build, this would be pretty nice. If we can get an Eye of Reen with critical strike melee or melee critical strike chance, I would try it out. I'd probably dump this. Yeah, this is gonna suck losing that, but let's give it a shot. We're experimenting here, right? Oh, we gotta try and go for this. That's kind of a cool looking map right there. Coastal. Hello, hey, what up, Ward? How's it going? How you been, man? You were here before, right? Over on YouTube? I feel like I remember we had a pretty good conversation one time. Was that when I was playing Grim Dawn? Not bad. How are you? Oh, yeah, I joined during the Grim Dawn stream. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Had a good time during the holidays. Was busy. Got to spend some time with some family. Did a lot of Uber driving, working, streaming, that sort of thing. But, you know, I got some relaxation in. Like we beat Grim Dawn and then we were just playing through it again at a higher difficulty and it felt all right, but I was missing my last Epoch, so yeah, I came back to that. Yeah, because you were the one who came in and you said you had been watching some of my previous streams on YouTube. I think it's coming back to me now. Yeah. What about you? How was your holidays? How's your new year going? Sorry, I had to. My wife and I were out doing some chores today, so she brought me dinner before the stream started. I've been finishing it a little bit. Nice. I'll definitely be picking up this game when it goes 1.0. That'll be a great time to jump in. Yeah, I think this game is due for a moment. I think this game's gonna have a moment when it hits full release. There's been so many people that have said the game looks great. I like action RPGs. I'll pick it up when it hits full release. And I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to seeing, I don't know, 10,000 people, maybe more, watching Last Epoch. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I'll be here. I took 2 weeks off from my full-time job for this. So, unless they push back the release, which I hope to God no, because they already did. They said they were going to be releasing it in December, but then it was like, December's getting a little crowded. And that's actually a decision I agreed with. Not necessarily that December was getting crowded, but it was going to be releasing around the holidays, I think, originally. And I'm glad that they decided not to. That way people can spend time with their families. As for holidays, Ward says, holidays were great. Got to see some family I hadn't seen in years. Caught something at the end of it, though. Still not feeling good. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope you start to feel better soon. Raining in the new year with a bug. Not the greatest feeling in the world. Alright, let's go up there and grab that. So I take it you were probably indoors at the house during New Year's Eve, Ward. Probably weren't knocking back a few either. I don't know. I don't want to. Dude, we are just clearing. I have my worries though. We gotta get our armor up. Plus, I would really love to have a unique, other than Rainbow's Edge and Stormhide Paws. We gotta upgrade this too. You had to work both on Christmas and New Year's. Oh, man. I get it, though. There's a number of professions that are generally open on those days. Restaurants, the healthcare industry, hospitals, nurses, that sort of thing. Law enforcement, prison guards. There's a ton, so I got you. I got you. Let's go put this Irene back. We will not be needing that. I still think that this could be pretty cool. But I don't want to use this until I have a static shell with some LP on it. Even then, I'm going to want a chest piece that I can throw away. Something like this. Get some health on there. Maybe this. Oh, well, we got this. I could throw that on there. I could throw this on there. What is this? A mid-tier. A mid-tier 6. I think this is a tier 7, right? No, this is a high tier 6. Okay. Commodes. If only it gave lightning, but it's cold. I get it. That's the way it was designed. All right, let's go ahead and get this amulet. So, Ward, if you're still over there, what have you been up to lately, man? And what kind of games have you been playing? Still playing Grim Dawn, another hardcore character, so... Oh, your hardcore character died. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you... I don't know, I might have asked you this last time. Have you been playing that game for a while? Or did you kind of get into it around the time I was? And so you were just kind of checking out what I was doing because I was still new as well. My memory is a little bit foggy on that one. Amulet, Orion's Eye. You've been playing for years, but not constant. The new 1.2 patch changed a lot of things, so start playing again. Oh, okay, I got you. That's not uncommon, especially for action RPGs. You play it when it first comes out, put it down, come back when there's a big update. I think that's very healthy for a game to have that sort of commitment from their player base. So good on you for that. So what's your new hardcore character? Or what was your old one? Orion's Eye. I don't feel like I see a lot of these that often. Is this kind of rare? Oh, shoot. Bro. Both are demo occultists. I don't change character types till I get as far as I want in the game. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So tell me, Ward, in Grim Dawn, when your hardcore character dies, what about the gear that they were wearing? Do you get that back, or is that gear gone? Do you gotta like keep spares in case that one dies? Because that makes sense to keep the same gear. That way you're not trying to completely outfit a whole brand new character. You got all this gear that does nothing for them because they're a completely different class. But do you gotta like keep that in mind in case a character dies? You gotta have like spares on hand. Okay, so if they die, so is your shared stash. So is there like two different kinds of stashes? Is there like your own stash and then a shared stash that you can put items in for your characters? Because I'm so used to like last Epoch and Diablo, anything in the stash is like a shared stash. Yeah, personal stash and shared stash, exactly. Okay. All right, let's what time we got? This might become a short real quick. Okay, guys. Yeah, apparently this is extremely rare. That's why I was like, I don't really see this one that often. Apparently this is an extremely rare unique in the game. Orion's Eye, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Okay, cool. We got that one done. Around the 140s, 130s. My initial reaction is going to be so funny for that clip. Orion's Eye. I don't feel like I see this one that much. Looks it up. Oh, shoot. Oh, let's make it a double. Let's go. Void damage to fire conversion is pretty dope defense. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't know where I'm going to use that, but so not only does it convert all of your void damage, any void damage you take into fire, but it also reduces your overall fire damage. Would that be the equivalent of an Uber drop? I think it's close. Because, yeah, you know what, Ward? I think that is close to an Uber drop from Diablo 4, because I got it from the targeted farm area, but it's still extremely rare to find. I don't know. It's because when I was playing Diablo 4 in the preseason, man, like nobody you knew, like nobody who spoke English had an Uber drop, and that was the entire world. So I know they made it easier to target farm from the bosses and stuff, but yeah, I would say that that's pretty close. That one in particular. So essentially, in the end game, when you're farming gear, you can sort of quasi target farm gear by going to the corresponding timeline and then finding the node that'll let you find, like in terms of uniques, let you find a unique amulet. But there's still a huge amount of amulets in the game, unique amulets in the game. There's a lot of very common ones. That one, according to the database, I don't know what the numbers are, but it was listed as extremely rare. See, like this item right here, Bleeding Heart, this is extremely common. When I'm doing nodes like this, I'm probably going to find stuff like Bleeding Heart, Chimera's Essence, stuff like that. You're going to find a lot of these ones. You're not going to find a lot of Orion's Eyes. They're pretty they're pretty rare. I'd say if I found this one with LP on it, Ward, it would be, I feel like, a 1-for-1 Uber unique ratio, Uber drop. Yeah. I, like, to be honest, I almost trashed it because it didn't have any legendary potential on there. But then I was like, man, I feel like I don't see this one, so I had to go look it up that real quick. I think Max Roll's got like a database, because I'm on last Epoch. Increased duration of stun immunity after being stunned. Oh, that's actually a good point. Like, I might be focusing on the wrong thing here when it comes to this item. Because not only do we take less damage over time, which is huge, because in this game, the only thing you got that can help with damage over time are your resistances. But even then, these are not perfect. Your armor doesn't help with damage over time at all. Your endurance helps, so to speak. I mean, when I get down to this much health, it starts to kick in. Oh, wait, does it? See, I might be showing my ignorance here. Does anybody know if endurance helps with damage over time? It should be all damage, right? Yeah, it says all damage. So I'm going to assume, based off the language of endurance, it says all damage. It doesn't have any note there. So I'm going to say all damage. But I think I'm focusing on the wrong thing here. 14% less damage taken over time. This can be huge for some builds. This can be absolutely massive. I think I was focusing on the 100% of void damage is taken as fire damage, and then the fire damage itself is reduced. But that less damage taken over time, I think that's going to be huge. And then the 124% increased duration of stun immunity after being stunned. So if you get stunned, you now have a longer window of how long you can't be stunned. I think this could be a really fantastic unique to use in some builds. And also, I guess I can add on to that. Like, I feel like that kind of drop dispels the notion that you got to have a really high corruption to start finding stuff like that. There's certain items that for sure only drop after, 200 corruption or whatever, but I'm at 100 corruption. Wonder if there's anything that converts physical to void. I'm pretty sure the Sentinel has stuff like that. Let's finish this up and then we can take a look at the loot filter, because the Sentinel has a lot of, converts X damage type to be taken as other X damage type. They have a ton of that. There are a few builds in PoE that convert 75% of all damage into an element, and it makes the game gravy. See, I would love for there to be an affix like that in Last Epoch. There's a lot of singular converts one damage type into this damage type and reduces it. They need to take they need to throw caution to the wind, at least for one season or something, and be like, yo, let's just do it. If it's just too OP, then next season just remove it. Okay, so I said we gotta go take a look. See, I would love that. Yeah, so void damage taken is physical. Void damage taken is physical. Necrotic damage taken is physical. Poison damage taken is physical. It doesn't look like there's any fire damage taken as physical, or any of the elements. There's just void, necrotic, and poison. I would like to see all damage taken as physical. And then you just build for physical. You just stack your armor. That would be freaking awesome. Oh, do I really want a critical strike avoidance? No. What do we got right now? We can live with that. So chat, it has come down to this. Bear versus, wait for it, Centaur Moose Man. Let the battle begin. Oh, whoops. I was hitting the wrong button. Might be. You can't stop me. I'm the Wolverine. They're just... Look at that. Oh, great form. I got him pinned, chat. I got him in the corner. And just like that, he has gone down like a sack of potatoes. Ooh, is this a max? It is a max! 70% increased armor! Let's go! Got him! So on Path of Exile, you can convert all the lightning, and then you have items and skills from passive that let you push your resistance to 90. So you reduce all damage by 90%. Then you add in the spell reduction of 50% and another ability that reduces all damage by 80%. That means you're only taking 1% of incoming damage. Thank you very much, Path of Exile. That 158. Yeah, we're probably gonna. This is not cheap to do and is like upper end game, but still even the hint of similar has my nose to the ground looking for the line to do it in last Epoch. Yeah, we could take a look at that. So we can. Okay, so let's go ahead, take a look at the loot filter. Let's see what Druid can do. I know you can heavily reduce damage from enemies with a debuff and LE like Shock. Yeah, Shock is pretty large. Okay, it doesn't look like you can reduce specific damage types with the Primeless. What about the Mage? Lightning critical strike multiplier. Rune Master can stack that. Okay, so we did that. Time to go to Spirits of Fire. Oh, whoops. You have to take a significant DPS hit, but head math it was like reducing damage after resistances by almost 60%. That's insane. I feel like that's what a lot of the end game in Last Epoch boils down to. Like really, really high corruption is building up your resistances, your damage reduction, as opposed to just trying to build up your damage to nuke somebody real quick. What's kind of what happened to my as long as you can debuff them first, you'll live. Yeah, whoever strikes first. That's what happened with my Void Knight. It did a ton of damage, but now we've just gotten to the point now where I can't just one-shot everything anymore, and so have to be able to try and take a hit. But Rune Master Ward regen is so good outside of dots hating you. Yeah, that's true. I feel like dots really affect a lot of character classes in the game. It nukes Sentinels for sure. Sentinels can build up so much damage resistance against a lot of different stuff, but the moment you get hit by a dot, bro, you just get melted. Your crap gear lightning disintegrate Rune Master generates 650 ward a second. So if that was optimized, you can probably be generating even more. Yeah, I hope ward is something that gets taken, like, gets looked at. I feel like so many of the like high-end arena pushing builds use a lot of ward. needs a nerf. Or they need to expand it to more build options easier. Yeah, yeah. Run! I doubt he's still there, but Ward, if you're over there over on YouTube, there's a mechanic in Last Epoch called Ward. It acts as like overshield or barrier or something like that. So I don't know if you're just sitting there going, wait, why are they talking about me and in Last Epoch? What's going on? Never had a chance. Hey, what up, Cookbook? How you doing, man? Chillin', power farming, exile mages, caches, you know, the usual. Hey, Cookbook, can I ask you a question real quick? How rare is this item? The database said it was very rare or extremely rare. Do you not find Orion's eyes that often? Because I found it. I was like, I don't know if I've ever found one before. And I looked it up real quick and I'm like, oh, this, it's one of the 3 uber rares. Oh. Okay, so what are the 3 uber rares? Orion's eye. Is the other one the red ring? The red ring of Atlaria? Ravenous Void. If I ever found, because here I found this playing my level 88 Druid that I'm just trying to level up, you know? We're on Corruption 100. Oh yeah, I have not found Ravenous Void before. Oh. This looks extremely rare. Oh, it's dropped by Elder Gaspar. That's why. I hate fighting that guy. I hate fighting that guy. Absolutely. Okay, that's why I've never found one. Yeah, I got my Ravenous from either a box or some random enemies at 200 corruption. It is dropped by him, but like it's not worth farming for it. It's also a random drop unique too. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Is this unique desirable? Or is it just rare for the sake of being rare? Because I'm looking at some of the stats. The less damage taken over time, that looked like that's a pretty good stat. And the increased duration of stun immunity after being stunned, that also looked like a pretty nice one to have as well. It's not great, really. Some mage builds used to use it for the mana, but well, not really anymore. Okay. I was like, where could I use this? But I couldn't really think of too many areas other than the if I keep getting stunned, but I feel like there's better uses for your amulet slot than that. It's definitely the worst of the 3 uber rares. Understood. Understood. Okay, well, we found an uber rare today. And not that I'd be looking for it, but I know if I was like trying to find that item for whatever reason, I would never find it. It does mean you can literally ditch void resistance, but that's not really that big of an advantage. Right. What's that one timeline? The one with the bird, right? There's a lot of void damage there. I could see that one being useful, but even then, I feel like you're probably better off stacking something else. Okay, good, because they're everywhere. Understood. I got you. Yeah, in physical, it's definitely the most prevalent damage type. You know what? That's a good point. I mean, LE likely learned from Path of Exile. Too much damage conversion flying around could be abused to no end, as described before. Yeah, you're talking about that. Dude, I want them to do that, though. That would be so cool. All damage converted to a single type. And then just stack that one damage type. That would be sick. Well, damage can only be converted once, which is a good way to go. I know Sentinels can do that. Can any other class convert damage? And even Sentinels, it seems like it's limited. They can convert Void, Poison, and Necrotic to physical. That kind of thing is rare. Understood. How do they convert it? Oh, cookbook. Cookbook. Am I going to have to teach you something? Oh, please. Oh, I'm going to relish the... No, I'm kidding. No, I'll show you. I'll show you. All fun. I want you to keep coming back. For sure, yeah. It'll be easier if I could show you in the loot filter. They have a class affix where they can convert void damage taken as physical, necrotic damage taken as physical, and poison damage taken as physical. It's one of their class affixes. I don't know if there's ever a way to get 100%. Yeah. Yo, that's no problem, man. That's no problem. I was making a joke. You've helped me a lot. You were like one of the first people to come into my stream, and you were just dropping knowledge. That's why I was kind of like, wait, what? Yeah, I think you came into my stream like the second day I was streaming this. Yeah, the second day I was streaming last Epoch, you came in and you're like, hey man, you might want to do that over there. Hey bro, you know, I know you're playing, but I think you need to take a look at that right there. You see that little. Yeah. I think you need to touch that up right there. Oh, I see you keep dying. Open up your character page. Good Lord. Oh my God. Yeah. I think you need to pump that up right there. I think it was you who came in when I was getting just one shot in the campaign. Yeah, I think it was you, Cookbook. You're like, yo, open up your character sheet. Good night. What have you been doing? Get that cold resistance up. You ain't blocking shit with 5% reduction or something. Yeah, look at you now, finding Uber rares. You see that, chat? Cookbook stands back. You see that? I influenced that. They grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. But yeah, farming gear for a switch to a low life setup for my Beastmaster. Low life setup? What do you mean by low life setup? Like, you don't want to put too much thought into it. You just want to have a, oh, I press one button and things go burr. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Air Dragon and I were talking about Ward earlier. Again, Ward, if you're over on YouTube, we're not talking about you. Using Exsanguinous, Last Steps of the Living, the Experimental Glove Affix. Yeah, that sounds about it. And a Cleaver of Soul. Yeah, I swear, I see that build being used for so many different things, man. I've seen that one on Beastmaster. And you play a lot of Beastmaster, so that makes sense. Yeah, you can't beat them, you join them. Oh, ouch. Killing Blow. I got killed by both physical and necrotic at the same time. Oops. Ugh. I think the main thing that killed you there were the light meteors. Yeah, that sounds about right. The killing blow was the necrotic, but the light meteors helped it along a lot. Well, this guy, we change a lot of stuff to pump up our damage and get our resistances up, but our armor is not doing too good. But we haven't grabbed the blessing from this timeline yet that gives us flat armor. We just got the percentage blessing. We got a max roll. We got a 70% percentage blessing. That's going to go a long way, but now we need to actually get some flat armor out here. Because our gear does not have a lot of armor. I mean, we got 84, we got 42. This one's giving us 90. We're not getting much from a Stormhide. Almost nothing has armor on it. This is a very high T6 roll. Okay. And it comes with elemental damage. Ooh. Ooh. Farm's probably the longest farm I'm gonna need to do for which the build, but it's very multi-purpose. Okay, yeah. At least you got that. You're gonna be farming a while, but you know, once you got it set up. It needs to be a total of 22 tiers of affixes. That's a lot of affix tiers. Oh, hey, the map I use for the power farm. Hey, twinsies. Yeah, so what do you do for that power farm? Do you just load in, kill the mage, and then quit? Load back in, kill the mage, and then quit? Or is it like, that's a trade secret bike? I'm not saying it here on stream. It'll get nerfed. At which point, don't tell me. You never know who's watching. Yeah, pretty much. Enter Echo, loot cache, kill mage, grab gold shrines. If they're in the 2 shrines, then portal out, repeat. Got it. The wolves have ears. Got one pretty far from monolith origin. Stacked up 720 per. I gotcha. Get yourself some good stuff. Get that good. All right, let's. Do that. There you go. Hey, man. A, we're about to have ads, and B, you've been pretty. You come here often. That's a thanks for everything. Damn, you shouldn't have. I got you, man. Plus, I think you were gifted a sub before, because yeah, you got a 2-month badge. Hey, welcome back. This farm isn't like game breaking, so I don't think they'll nerf it. Oh, okay. It's not like how it was before when you could do it with arenas and get 4 cachet awards. Really? They used to have cachet rewards in arenas? I could see why they would want to nerf that. Oh. Basically, when anyone in your party opened one, it would be split. It would split out the rewards for you. Oh. So Cookbook, I don't know if I asked you this. So you do 4-man parties and each person got 4 caches worth of rewards every cachet. Oh, jeez. Another reason to play solo self-found. Anyway, Cookbook, I was going to ask you, are you going to be doing Beastmaster on full release, or are you going to try one of the new masteries? Gonna try Falconer. Okay, cool. Are you taking any time off for the game? Or are you gonna be like streaming it? I've seen you go live a few times. Every time I was like at work or something, but had something else going on. One of these days I'd like to catch one of your streams. That'd be fun. Nah, I got you. You already played it enough. I've never been one to do that sort of thing. Okay. I took 2 weeks off. Not only do I have a ton of built up vacation / annual leave, but I mean this game has been so much fun. I just want to drink it in. And I got my wife's blessing, so that helps a lot too. She's like, yes, I'll support you. I will support you during this endeavor. And I am playing Sentinel, man. We are going back to where it all began. Plus, my health has been kind of crap for the entire time I've been working, so I straight up never been able to take time off for that way in good conscience, but you finally sorted that. Okay. I'm glad to hear that's been getting sorted out. I see what you mean. I understand. I understand what you mean. I'm glad to hear you're on the up and up in that regard. Hey, so Cookbook, what's the oldest mastery in the game? I've had to cut starchy carbs and cocoa from your diet, but it's been worth it. Man, you had to give up cocoa. Had to give up cocoa, but hey, you know what? If it's working out for you, man, I'm glad to hear that. Sacrifices had to be made. Yeah, what are the oldest masteries in the game? Was it just like one class, one mastery each? Not sure. Okay. Pack density in D4 is underwhelming. Next guy. Bro hasn't played D4 since launch. You know what? That's true. They did buff that. Probably like Shaman, Sorcerer, Necro. Okay. Was Sentinel not even in the game yet at that point? Because if that's the case, I think that's kind of funny that we still haven't gotten a third mastery for Acolyte. Sorcerer just got their third mastery. Yeah, I believe Sentinel came later, not 100% sure. That's probably something I would have to look up. Yeah. In 5 years, we do a YouTube video on Last Epoch, the history of Last Epoch. Humble beginnings to action RPG juggernaut. The game that took the action RPG community by storm. 3 years ago, Diablo ceased to exist, all thanks to a little game called Last Epoch. Before Room Master, the last master release was Druid. Oh, so Druid is newer. Interesting. Dude, that's going to be wild. If Sentinel got added later and then they were one of the first to get all 3 masteries, that's got to be insane. Sentinel had all 3 masteries for a long time. I remember back when I first played this when it was offline only and Sentinel had all 3 masteries. Wow. It was offline only, huh? Multiplayer, did multiplayer get added this year? Is that what happened? I mean, not this. Oh. You are correct, though. You are correct. Did it get added in 2023? I should clarify. But early 2023. So wait, is that when Arena came out? Or was Arena already out and everything was just tracked from offline characters? Or was it later? Can't remember, but arena was already a thing. Okay. You're gonna lurk for the rest of the night. Have a good one if I don't see you before the end. Yeah, absolutely, Air Dragon. We'll be live for a little while. Okay, but arena was already a thing. Okay. So then, yeah, that's... They had to have been tracking it through offline play. Or, yeah. Because offline you can just cheat. Yo, I was curious about that. Is there like a lot of like mods and stuff you can do offline? Not really mods, no. It's just cheats. Thank you, Streamlabs. So, how was Shaman before Druid got added? Because I feel like every Shaman build out there now uses the Spriggan form. That's a Druid ability. Like, I can't imagine what the Shaman looked like way back when Cookbook. That's got to be weird. Because I know they're talking about reworking that thing. idea. Okay. Right. Boots of Vith Rossil. You cannot move while in Spriggan form. Still, looks like these could be fun. It looks like they could be fun. Let's go look this up. Maxroll.gg. We're going over the last epoch. We're going over the build guides. Primalist. Druid. Swipe. Because we kind of went off the reservation here. Oh, I'm low health. Oh, interesting. Berserker. Okay. Right, we started pumping points into Shamanic Infusion. Get the Berserker note. It's excellent defensively unless you have a better option. I don't. The build guide actually recommends it. I was pumping some points into this, but that's just to kind of shore up. That was just to shore up our lack of lightning penetration. We probably need to start putting points over there. Let's go take a trip to the end of time. We'll finish that one out. We'll get our health. And then we can start putting points towards Berserker over here. Oh, I closed it. I closed the window. What a rotten shame. Let's go back to the spirits of fire, where the battle will commence, and great suffering shall be wrought. Let's go do this one. Yeah! Yeah, I don't think I have a better option, though, Cookbook. It definitely looks like it's probably the best in class. Very FF14 dialogue vibes. Oh, why, thank you, sir. You see, I have never played this FF14 that you've spoken of, but I understand it means Final Fantasy 14. I've heard that game was actually doo-doo when it first came out, but it is on the increase. It is ascending through a multitude of different things. They've even had to expand a test of your reflexes. They've even had to expand their server infrastructure to accommodate all the new players that are coming to play their game that has been reworked. Final Fantasy XIV Reborn. So essentially, that is all I know about this FF14 you speak of. And for one last time, for the people in the back, test your reflexes. You saw a funny story about how bad it was on release. I just heard it sucked. I heard it was trash. But instead of dumping it, they kept working on the game, and now it's got to be one of the top MMOs out there. I mean, people were literally leaving World of Warcraft for it, which is not saying a lot. World of Warcraft has its problems. They've tried everything to try and maintain their player base. And now I feel like World of Warcraft, personally, as a layman, as an observer, from somebody looking in, I feel like the World of Warcraft player base has got to be so damn fractured. Yeah, I mean, you got retail, you got classic hardcore, you got what's the name? You got the Burning Crusade. You got Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I mean, you got all these different World of Warcraft products out there right now. It's even if you have millions of players, they got to be. I mean, it was a game designed to have millions of players in one game. On a big joint event stream, one of the streamers had a chatter redeem buy an insult stream thing. Oh no. Like channel points. And another one of the streamers produced this absolutely ruthless one. Ooh. Pray tell, what did they say? Were your parents the developers of FF14 1.0? Because damn, they had to try again. Oh. That is ruthless. I said something like that one time in a League of Legends game. You know, I was being extra salty. I was either playing against somebody or playing with somebody on my team, and like we were going back and forth, just absolutely disagreeing on every aspect of the game. And finally, I'm like, dude, listen, we all make mistakes. And he was like, yeah, you more than others. And I'm like, no, I was referencing your parents. And he shut up. He shut up. He shut up after that. Because I cut back so quick with a nah. I was referencing your parents. That's when the conversation ended. I don't even remember. I just remember us telling him that. Like, I was so fed up. Feeling like maybe another iced coffee, though. I should probably eat. I got you. I got you. What time is it over there? You're in New Zealand, right? Or Australia? It's got to be like what? The morning or maybe even the afternoon over there? It's about 6 p.m. Oh, jeez. New Zealand. Oh, bro. You are exactly 3 hours... not behind. You are 21 hours ahead of me. It's about to be 9 p.m. here. Okay, let's do this one. Hey, so Cookbook, what's the time difference between Australia and New Zealand? Does Australia have like multiple time zones like the US, or are they all like one time zone? Oh, okay. Australia has multiple. Okay, then then you can't effectively answer that. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but Spine Hunter Alpha meets the Wolverine Bear. Is he gonna do anything? No. Not anything at all. Firestarter's torch with 2 LP. How lucky! You found a Firestarter's torch. Oh. Oh. Absolute garbage. Ranging from 5 to 2 hours behind. Oh, wow. That much of a range. Okay. So what about New Zealand? Is it just one time zone? I mean, it's an island, right? Rune of Refinement. Just one time zone. Okay. We're currently on GMT plus 13. Because of daylight savings. Also, New Zealand observes daylight savings time. Wait, you guys are currently in daylights? Oh my gosh. Because we're out of daylight savings time over here in the US. But wait, that makes sense because you guys are in the southern hemisphere. So right now it's probably like what, summertime there? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because right here, because it's winter right now. Yeah. So wait, when you guys start hitting what we would call the spring, like, you know, May, April, or summertime here, you guys are probably going to be preparing for winter. Is that when you guys fall back? This is messed up, man. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, jeez. I'll have to keep that in mind. Just because the Germans did it during World War I doesn't mean we need to keep doing it 100 years later. More than 100 years later. Jeez. Even then, wasn't it Ben Franklin who recommended it? And that's the crux of the issue. Like, daylight savings time didn't happen until the 1900s. I mean, you would think if at any point they were going to do it, they would have done it like in the 1600s, 1700s, something like that. Not during an age when electricity was around. Oh, critical strike avoidance. I'm like, wait, we're not doing as much damage to this guy. The claw. Lightning penetration. Alright, let's get super lucky with this. There we go. Hey, imagine being affected by critical strike avoidance. I know, right? Mana regen. Okay, cool. Let's just break this whole thing down. I gotta get the blessing, because right now I think I'm sitting at 14%. I want to get the blessing that gives me 70. Then I'm going to have to make it up somewhere else. Idols. Actually, I don't know if I can do it with idols, but... Yeah, that's why we haven't been pushing corruption yet. I've been trying to get all these blessings down before we start pushing. I'm going to need to get at least 60%. I'd prefer to get the max 70, but... and then we gotta find a way to stash critical strike avoidance somewhere. Plus the blessing. And that caps you. Yeah, 1 T5 should do it. I want to know where we're getting this 14% from. It's probably from the skill tree somewhere. We could probably stash it on one of our reigns. Oh, let's open this. Shatter. Okay. Well, hey, Cookbook, it's been a blast. Thank you for being here, man. We are actually going to go ahead and shut down for the day. Let's see if anybody else is streaming Last Epoch. The System RTS first playthrough. Let's go ahead and pump that guy up. Alright guys, we got somebody first time playing Last Epoch. Let's send them some love. Anyway, you guys go ahead and take care. I will be back again tomorrow. And if you have a specialization slot you're not using, you can summon Spriggan and use that instead of the blessing. I am using all my spec slots, but I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, I appreciate all the love, Cookbook. Anyway, you guys, you take care. I will be back tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Anyway, you guys take care. Have yourselves a good one. Cheers. Peace. YouTube, thank you for all the love, guys. You go ahead and take care. Catch you later, Tim.